Hey everybody, I'm here to talk about multiples, so if you could please just watch and listen through this video one time just to learn, and then a second time grab your math notebook and pause and stop it as you need to catch your notebook up to mine. All right, here we go. Start by heading your notebook paper so we know what we're studying on that page. First we have the definition. Multiples are the answers or products of multiplication facts in a fact family. That'll make more sense in a second. Remember, the word product means the answer to a multiplication problem. When you hear the word multiples, you should automatically start thinking, I need to multiply. Okay, so for example, here are some multiples. These are the multiples of 2, 3, 4, and 5. All I did to figure out what were the multiples was multiply. So I multiplied 2 times 1, got 2, 2 times 2, got 4, 2 times 3, got 6, 2 times 4, 2 times 5, 2 times 6, 2 times 7, and 2 times 8. So all I did in my head was think 2 times 1 and I wrote down the answer. So these are the multiples of 2. The number is always a multiple of itself because 2 times 1, 3 times 1, 4 times 1, that is the answer to that multiplication sentence. And remember, multiples are products. Okay, so again, I just listed out here the multiples of 3. 3 times 1, 3 times 2, 3 times 3, 3 times 4, 3 times 5, and so on. 4 times 1, 4 times 2, 4 times 3, 4 times 4, 4 times 5, so on. 5 times 1, 5 times 2, 5 times 3, 5 times 4, and so on. So that's all you do for multiples. Now, aren't you glad that you have been memorizing your multiplication facts? That makes this a lot easier. If for some reason you can't remember one of the facts for a fact family, all you have to do, remember, is count on. So if I couldn't remember what, I remembered what 3 times 5 was, but I don't remember what 3 times 6 is, all I do is write down 3 times 5 is 15, and then I just count 3 more on my fingers, write 18, count 3 more on my fingers, write 21, and so forth. Okay? So remember, when you are thinking about finding the multiples of a number, all you need to do, let's say it was 6, and they said, what are the first 5 multiples of 6? I would make 5 dashes on my paper, because that's where the answers will go, and then I think in my brain, okay, 6 times 1 is 6, I write it on the line. 6 times 2 is 12, I write it on the line. 6 times 3, 18, write it on the line, and so forth. So all you have to do is make your dashes, and then in your head think, or even say it out loud, say the multiplication, write your answer. And so these are the multiples of 6. 6, 12, 18, 24, and 30. Okay, one thing that you will be asked with multiples is to find the least common multiple and the greatest common multiples. Whenever you're finding least, that means smallest, greatest means largest. Common multiples are really just multiples that two numbers both have. Okay, so for example, if I was finding the least common multiple of 2 and 3, I would go ahead and write out all the multiples for 2, or at least the first 5, and write out the first 5 multiples for 3, and then I would circle the smallest number that both of them have on their multiples list. If they ask for the greatest common multiple, I'm definitely going to need to make a list up to like 12 of my multiples so that I have plenty to look at. Okay, so again, if you're finding common multiples, you just write the two numbers right next to each other, list out their multiples, and circle. Either the least will be the smallest or the greatest will be the largest. Okay, now I want to show you one cool kind of trick for the threes, multiples of threes. So to find multiples of threes, well, first of all, finding multiples of 2 is really easy because anything that is even is going to be a multiple of 2 because you can divide it by 2. So anytime you see an even number, you automatically know that it is a multiple of 2. Multiples of 3s are a little tricky because they're odd numbers, and sometimes that can get confusing, and also we might think that an odd number is a prime number, which you will learn about very soon. Okay, so this is the trick for multiples of 3. Add the two numbers in the multiple together. If you can divide 3 into that number, then it will be a multiple of 3. This makes it a lot easier, especially because you haven't been taught long division yet. Okay, so for example, an easy one, 15. If you didn't know if 15 was a multiple of 3 or not, all you would do is add the 1 plus 5 and you got 6. 6 divided by 3 is 2, so then you say, oh yeah, 15 is a multiple of 3. Another example, 27. If you did not know if 27 was a multiple of 3, all you have to do is add 2 plus 7, you get 9. And 9 divided by 3 is 3. So yeah, 27 is a multiple of 3. This is really helpful, especially when you start getting in these bigger numbers, because eventually you will be able to just do long division to figure out multiples, but right now this is kind of a helpful little trick. So 54, I just add 5 plus 4, I get 9, and 9 divided by 3 is 3, so yes, 54 is a multiple of 3. Next one, 72. 7 plus 2 is 9, 9 divided by 3, so yes, 72 is also a multiple of 3. I hope that will be handy for you. Please let me know if you have any questions. Remember, we're going to practice it, and also keep learning and memorizing those multiplication facts so that this will be even easier for you. Thanks so much.